In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to bar spin. So hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to be bar spinning like a pro. Okay, so the first step to learning the bar spin, and the most important step, is getting down the motion. So I'm going to be showing you the motion right now. Now the reason why the motion is the most important step is because you want to get that muscle memory so that while you're in the air, you don't even have to think about it. You'll just do it every try. Now I would encourage you to practice the motion for maybe 15 minutes a day, and in a week, you'll pretty much learn to bar spin. But what is that motion that's so important? I'll show you right now. So first, you're going to want to figure out which way you want to bar spin. I personally spin the bars to the left, but some people spin it to the right. Some goofy riders spin it the same way as regular riders, and vice versa. So I spin the bars the same way as I spin when doing like a 360 or something like that. So if you can already 180 or 360, spinning the bars that way would probably be easier to learn. But I've seen some really steezy riders that spin the bars the opposite way that they spin, and I just think that looks really good, and I kind of wish that I had learned that way when I was first starting out. But I spin the same way as I spin. If you want to look cool, then learn it the opposite way as you spin, like that. Or if you want it to be the easiest when you're just learning, just spin it towards your toes. My toes point to the left, I spin the bars to the left. Alright, so now that you know which way you're going to spin the bars, it's time to learn how to actually do the motion. Skip to this time right here if you already know how to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how you actually do the motion of the bar spin. Alright, so this is sort of what you would be looking at if you were trying to do the bar spin. So it depends on which way you spin the bars. So I spin them to the left, as I said. So I'm going to be taking off my right hand. Now, if you spin the bars to the right this way, like that, you're going to be taking off your left hand, okay? So I'm going to be explaining it for people who spin the bars to the left, but if you spin them to the right, just reverse everything I say. So first, you're going to take off your right hand, keeping your left hand on, and your left hand is actually going to do most of the spinning throughout the entire motion. So your right hand is only going to come on when it's about here. So then you're going to reach over, put your right hand back on, take your left hand off now, and flip it around, completing the motion. So fast, it looks like this. Now I know it can be very confusing when you're first starting out, but I promise, just do it slowly and get faster and faster, and you will get it. It seems like a lot to do in one jump at first, but practice makes perfect. Okay, so now that you know how to actually spin the bars, I'm going to be giving you a few tips so that you can perfect bar spins and do them whenever you want. So the first tip I have for you guys actually has to do with practicing the motion, like I said earlier. Now I said that you should be practicing this about 10 to 20 minutes per day, and after a week you should be able to get that muscle memory and just do it. There's actually a specific way to practice the motion that I think is most beneficial when you're learning the bar spin. Most people would bar spin somewhat like this, keeping their back wheel on the ground at all times and just lifting their front wheel to spin the bars. But I think that you should lift up both wheels, keeping one foot on the ground, doing the bar spin with both wheels in the air, so that you can more easily transfer it over when you're actually trying to jump and land it. So if you're only lifting your front wheel and doing it, that's good muscle memory with the actual motion, but it's actually going to be a lot harder when you actually go to jump and do it for real. Now you know by now that the bar spin is going to take a while to learn. But before you get discouraged, there is one thing that you can do to accelerate your progression. So I would recommend learning the bar spin at a skate park, out of either a bank or a quarter pipe fly out. I think that the quarter pipe is going to be easier to learn because you have more air, more time in the air to do the bar spin motion. But a bank is going to be less scary, and if you don't completely have the motion down, I would recommend a bank. If you have been practicing it a lot, then the quarter pipe is going to be your best bet. If you go to the skate park, you're going to land it a lot easier than you would on flat ground, and hopefully that'll help you guys speed up your progression. Now, the bar spin can be a very scary trick when you're trying to commit to it for the first time, but there's actually only two ways that you're going to get hurt. Way number one is if you loop out backwards. The way you can prevent that is by leaning forwards. Now, you don't want to be like way over like that, but when you do jump, I'm going to want you to lean your head sort of over your bars and look down and forward. So just like that. You don't want to be here because that's all your weight. You weigh a lot more than your scooter, so if your weight's back, you're going to go back. The second way that you're going to get hurt doing the bar spin is if you don't get the whole motion around like this, and then you come down and maybe your bars hit you in the stomach, or you hit your wrist with your bar end. And the way you can combat that is by just practicing the motion, just hundreds of times, thousands of times, in your room, in your garage, in the rain, whatever. If you just do the motion a bunch of times, that muscle memory is just going to kick in without you even knowing, and you're just going to jump, spin the bars, and land it first try. So if you guys found this video helpful at all, please leave a like on the video. It pushes it out to more people, and you can help more people learn the bar spin. Now, our channel, Scoot SDL, is trying to promote scootering to everyone, so if you like that mission and want to support us, then a subscribe would be great. So comment below with any tips for other people, and I'll see you in the next video.